I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Tuesday, April 7th. Today, an ominous deadline.
Canada expects all parties in this conflict, in any conflict, to respect international laws.
How the world is reacting to President Donald Trump's warning to Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz. Also today, building community.
This is a powerful example, though, of economic reconciliation in action.
Why a new housing project is coming to St. James. Plus, rule breakers. How many Winnipeggers racked up tickets during the city's annual winter route parking ban? Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Iranians are on edge tonight, including many right here in this province, after U.S. President Donald Trump warned a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. A threat the president says he will deliver on by 7 o'clock tonight if Iran fails to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Standing by live with the latest is CTV's John Hendricks. John, how does Trump plan on enacting this threat?
Well, Marilee, in a social media post, he said the U.S. will blow up all of Iran's power plants and bridges. Now, Trump also posted he doesn't want that to happen, but it probably will. He also wrote, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? Even before the deadline, overnight, airstrikes hit 2 bridges and a train station. And the U.S. hit military infrastructure on Karg Island, which is a key hub for Iranian oil production. Meantime, Prime Minister Mark Carney is urging all parties to respect international law.
Canada expects all parties in this conflict, in any conflict, to respect international laws, the rules of engagement, and that means not targeting certainly civilians or civilian infrastructure. And we urge all parties in this war to follow those responsibilities. It's a point we've made publicly and privately.
So how is Iran's Revolutionary Guard responding to the situation? Well, the regime remains defiant and warned if Trump stays true to his threats, Iran will deprive the U.S. and its allies of the region's oil and gas for years. And Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian posted on X that 14 million Iranians have already volunteered to fight and that he would join them. The Islamic Republic is also urging people to form human chains around power plants and other potential targets.
Oh boy, John, how is Manitoba's Iranian community reacting to this threat?
Well, Marilee, there is a feeling of helplessness tonight as they wait for word on whether friends and family members abroad will be in grave danger. CTV's Jeff Keel spoke with members of the Iranian community tonight. He will show you what they're thinking about this situation coming up at 6.
All right. Thanks for this, John. A new housing project will bring 150 new homes to St. James.
This is a powerful example, though, of economic reconciliation in action.
The city of Winnipeg, the federal government, the province, and Shoal Lake 40 First Nation announced more than $51 million for the new development planned for 2675 Portage Avenue today. It will see 150 apartment-style homes built on the site with a mix of 1 and 2, even 3-bedroom units. 61 of the units will be affordable, while the rest will be made available at fair market value. The project is wholly owned by Shoal Lake 40, whose lake water is Winnipeg's water source.
We are now coming to the city's aid again with this $48 million affordable housing development, providing a cost-effective housing solution to the city's critical housing shortage.
This is Shoal Lake 40's first housing development in Winnipeg, but it already has plans for more projects following the completion of this one. The cost of the project will be shared among the 4 levels of government, with the bulk being covered by the federal government's Affordable Housing Fund. Cheese coagulation, artificial intelligence, and drone aerodynamics. Those are just some of the topics taking center stage at a day of discovery in the Winnipeg School Division.
So this is a standard 3D printed wig compared to my version that I designed.
The 56th annual Winnipeg's School Science Fair gives the division's grades 7 to 12 students a chance to wow the judges with their work. It's one of the biggest science fairs held by the division to date. More than 153 projects highlight research in a range of fields, including health, environment, technology, and Indigenous knowledge.
think they're seeing things that are happening exciting in our world, and they want to know more about those things. They have wonders, curiosities, and questions that they want answered, and they want to find those answers so that we can support all mankind.
Cash prizes and a new Community Changemaker Award scholarship will be handed out tonight. And the best projects will move on to the Canada-wide Science Fair, which is being held in Edmonton next month. The City of Winnipeg's annual winter route parking ban was recently lifted, but it appears quite a few Winnipeggers did not take heed of parking signs. The city issued nearly 11,000 tickets. It also conducted around 7,500 tows. That's a jump from last year when the city issued about 8,700 tickets and 5,800 tows. The annual ban prohibits parking on designated streets anytime between 2 and 7 a.m. The winter route parking ban was in effect from December 3rd, 2025, right through to April 2nd of this year. And maybe it ended a little early. Daniel Helmerson, it is April 7th, and you are still tracking snow headed our way, and a lot of it for parts of the province.
You know, when I was going to be filling in for Colleen, and I thought we'd be talking about patio season. Now, we may be able to talk about that closer to the weekend, but yeah, we are tracking an Alberta clipper rolling through the prairies, as I mentioned yesterday. You can see down in the southwest corner of the province, some freezing rain in the Melita area right now. Beautiful day there, though, a high of 6. Now, as for weather alerts, I'm going to take a step back. As you can see, basically all the way through Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, all the way into northwest Ontario, that yellow warning from Environment and Climate Change Canada. Now, areas like Swan River, Dauphin, you could see up to 30 centimeters over the next 36 hours or so. Now, is it going to last? That remains to be seen. It could be fairly wet snow through the Interlake as well, and of course all the way over the border, as I mentioned. Now, the gray area, including the City of Winnipeg, is still under a weather statement from Environment Climate Change Canada. Along the Trans-Canada Highway, they say 2 to 10 centimeters is expected, but much of it will melt as soon as it hits the concrete. Here in Winnipeg, though, we should see up to maybe 5 centimeters overnight and a little more throughout the day tomorrow. I'll have that complete Skywatch forecast coming up later in the show. But right now, looking out at Winnipeg, 0 degrees, feeling closer to -7 with the wind chill. The wind out of the south-southeast, 38 gusting up to 49, pressure dropping, humidity sitting at 41%.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution.
And we're taking a look out at Osborne there, fairly busy heading southbound. Couple notes to pass along. Jubilee at Osborne, a stalled vehicle blocking the northbound left turn lane on Jubilee. Use caution passing. And about half an hour ago, there was a stalled vehicle on the Midtown Bridge. No word if that's been cleared up. Send those tips to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
It's still very hard on them. Like, little bear cubs shouldn't be raised by humans.
The hunt is on for a black bear killer in Manitoba, where it happened and how those orphaned cubs are doing today. A mining company based in BC is reporting some of its workers in Mexico have been killed. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
Vizsla is based in Vancouver. It confirms that 9 out of 10 workers kidnapped back in January are dead. The employees worked at the Canadian company Silver Mine in Sinaloa State. It's known for cartel violence. Mexican officials say the group may have been mistaken for gang members when they were abducted. One of the workers is still missing. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 71.98. West Texas Intermediate is up to 112.95. Western Canadian Select is down over $1 to 79.49. And the TSX gained 55 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Conservation officers are asking for your help finding those responsible for the illegal killing of a mother black bear last month. It happened on Road 6 East, just north of Balmoral, which is about 12 kilometers north of Stonewall, between Road 86 North and Road 87 North. It's believed the bear was shot sometime between the evening of March 30th and early afternoon the following day. The killing left 3 young cubs orphaned. They've now been turned over to the Black Bear Rescue in Stonewall. Owner Judy Stearns says the 10-week-old cubs, 2 girls and a boy, are frightened and struggling to adjust.
It's still very hard on them. Like, little bear cubs shouldn't be raised by humans. They should be out in the wild with their mother, and it's very hard on them mentally because they're so smart, and their eyes are looking left and right, and they're trying to figure all this out, and yeah, they absorb everything, and they're struggling to settle in here.
Manitoba Conservation says the maximum penalty for this type of offense is a $10,000 fine and or 6 months imprisonment. Anyone with information is asked to contact conservation officers, or you can call the Turn In Poachers tip line. Those numbers are up on your screen, and you do not need to give your name. Green Shirt Day has returned, with Canadians being encouraged to register as organ donors. The national campaign is linked to a junior hockey player killed in the Humboldt Broncos bus crash. 21-year-old Logan Boulay died from his injuries on April 7, 2018, and his parents say it was his wish to donate his organs. Canadian Blood Services says 150,000 people registered to become organ donors in the weeks that followed, launching what has since become known as Green Shirt Day. Ahead of the FIFA World Cup, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, is providing clarity on what role its agents will play in Canada. An ICE spokesperson says its agents will not carry guns, make arrests, or execute search warrants in Canada. However, they can work with Canadian authorities on investigations. Canada's public safety minister says the agency has no authority or jurisdiction in this country. And speaking of the U.S., a judge has thrown out a proposed class action lawsuit which accused the makers of popular Stanley brand tumblers of hiding that the water bottles contain lead. The colorful tumblers became popular thanks to social media influencers. Litigation began after reports of possible lead contamination went viral in 2024. The manufacturer has acknowledged a small quantity of lead is used, but says it's not accessible to consumers. In dismissing the proposed action, the judge said, quote, "A specific and plausible risk of harm was not demonstrated."
Aziz, you're not gonna believe it. I just had a baby. And I always have the same reaction. I always go, that sucks. I'm so sorry that happened.
Treat yourself. We'll tell you why some big names in the comedy world are getting ready to make Winnipeg laugh. All those details after the break.
Spotlight sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Andre-Philippe Gagnon.
Daniel Hummerson is back now for Spotlight, and get ready to laugh.
That's right. The Great Outdoors Comedy Festival has announced its Winnipeg headliners, and there's some big names that will be taking the stage at Assiniboine Park.
I'm 6'3", I'm 140 pounds, I have a problem with wind. My friend's like, you want to go out? I'm like, you got to check the forecast first. I might lose a friend.
SNL alum Pete Davidson and Emmy-winning comedian Aziz Ansari will be performing Saturday night sets this summer. They'll be joined by special guests Jordan Jensen and Robbie Hoffman. Jim Gaffigan will kick off the festival Friday with viral content creator John Christ and comic Ryan Hamilton. And Matt Rife will close out the festival on Sunday. The Great Outdoors Comedy Festival runs from July 17th through the 19th. Individual show tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m.
Now to a legendary local punk band that is returning to the stage here in Winnipeg this fall.
I've been waiting for this concert announcement for a very long time, Mayor. Propagandy is set to play an all-ages show at the Burton Cummings Theatre September 6th. The politically charged punk band will be joined by Ontario's The Flatliners. Tickets go on sale Friday through BurtonCummingsTheatre.com. But this is kind of cool. 150 tickets will also be available starting a day earlier at Into the Music in the Exchange.
Oh, a couple opportunities to get some. All right, you've got a chance also to see a famous rapper live here in Winnipeg this summer.
That's right. The concert announcements keep on coming today. Grammy Award winner Chance the Rapper is bringing his unique brand of hip-hop to Canada Life Centre. The show will feature music from his latest album, Starline, as well as hits like No Problem and Cocoa Butter Kisses. You can see Chance in action July 13th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets go on sale Friday, April 10th through Ticketmaster.
Kanye West has been banned from entering the UK, where he was actually scheduled to perform in July.
Yeah, the rapper had been set to headline London's Wireless Festival, but had his travel authorization blocked by the UK government due to his history of anti-Semitic remarks. Britain's Home Office says West's presence would not have been conducive to the public good. The festival's organizers have since canceled the 3-day event.
And speaking of canceled shows, Mother Monster apparently needed some rest.
Yeah, hours before Lady Gaga was set to perform her final show in Montreal, she canceled it. Lady Gaga says her doctor advised her not to sing because of a respiratory infection. She had already performed 2 successful shows at the Bell Centre. There's no rescheduled date for Monday night's concert, and ticket holders will get refunds. Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball has just 2 more dates, one in St. Paul, Minnesota, and another at Madison Square Garden on April 13th.
Oh, what a crushing news for all those people that had tickets. Yeah, well, hopefully her voice recovers. Thanks, Daddy.
Coming up on your primetime lineup today, catch Will Trent at 7, High Potential is at 8, RJ Decker starts at 9, and Best Medicine wraps things up at 10. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
CTV Primetime Lineup, brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
A look out at the St. James Bridge. Traffic moving well in both directions there. Sitting around 0 right now with pretty windy. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by Escalating Spa Salon.
Marine archaeologists have found a Danish warship sunk during the Battle of 1801 in Copenhagen. Denmark's Viking Ship Museum is leading the excavations. It announced its findings 225 years to the day. The archaeologists have uncovered 2 cannons, uniforms, bottles, even a part of a sailor's lower jaw. It's thought it could belong to one of the 19 unaccounted for crew members who likely died that day. The battle is deeply embedded in Denmark's national story. It eventually ended in a truce and ceasefire offered by the British.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, it's been another cool spring day here in Manitoba. That wind this afternoon was awful out there, just gusting and gusting and gusting, and with it could bring that snow in the next few hours. I was looking at the Manitoba highways, and up in the Swan River, Winnipeg-Osis area, already covered with snow there, and expected to move its way through central Manitoba over the coming hours. Taking a quick look at current temperatures here in Winnipeg and surrounding area, right around 0. Up north, much of the same except for Churchill at -14. Now, talking about that Alberta Clipper rolling across the prairies. Now, parts of Manitoba in the west central parts of Manitoba, likely seeing the most of it right now. Here in Winnipeg, should move in over the next few hours to our west. Could see a little bit of freezing right out in Brandon and the surrounding area as well. And it's just going to roll over Manitoba as we head into Wednesday morning. Some breaks throughout the day, but a chance of 2 to 4 centimeters of snow here in Winnipeg tomorrow, up to 5 tonight. Now, parts of the province like Dauphin, Swan River, parts of the Interlake could see between 10 and 15 centimeters tonight, and much of the same tomorrow. So it could accumulate, but hopefully it is going to pass as we move into Thursday. Parts of northwest Ontario could see the tail end of it later into Wednesday as well. Giving way to fairly clear skies as we move into Thursday. Chance of some light flurries up north Thursday evening. Here in Winnipeg, dipping down to -1 tonight. actually rising a little bit overnight to around +1 in the morning. Some periods of light snow, as I mentioned, up to 5 centimeters expected. The wind out of the southeast at 20 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow, a high of +2, a mix of snow and rain throughout the day. The wind shifting a bit to the northwest, 20 kilometers per hour. Taking a look at our long-range forecast on Thursday, a mix of sun and cloud, high of 3. On Friday, mainly sunny skies with a high of 5. Getting all the way up to 10 on Saturday, mainly sunny as well. Fairly mild night too. On Sunday, a high of 12 degrees, but with that, a chance of some showers. And unfortunately, folks, on Monday, a chance of snow and rain with a high of 3. Our first Skywatch pick of the day comes from our friend Brad out in Douglas. That's right on the way to Brandon there. Beautiful sunrise this morning. And our second one, this one was courtesy of Allison out at Clandeboye. Sent us a few photos of this fox in her yard earlier today. Keep those pictures coming. Send them to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Thanks, Danny. A troll museum in Norway is giving visitors a new way to see the country's famous creatures.
The museum is about Norse folklore, primarily trolls, because trolls are one of the most important parts of Norwegian folklore.
It combines Norway's national folklore with augmented reality technology to bring them to life. Trolls are said to live in caves or hills in Scandinavia, and in some cases in the depths of the sea. The museum plans to expand and open a new hall focusing on the local folklore of northern Norway. Pretty cool.
Some pretty cute faces there.
Some are cute, some are less cute. But hey, it's all in the eye of the beholder.
Yep.
All right, that does it for us this hour, but don't go far. We're back at 6 o'clock. Hope you'll join us then.